Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas. In November 2020, my brother Mateo contracted COVID-19 like so many of us did. But unlike most of us, he hasn't yet recovered. Mateo is now what is known as a COVID long hauler, a title given to those whose COVID symptoms last more than 3 months. So, yeah. In all this time, he's been documenting his ups, downs, victories, and setbacks through journals, medical records, and love letters to you, the listener. And if he's come to one conclusion, it is that COVID is stupid. Even on the best of days, the world is growing more difficult to navigate. The list of things we need to buy, avoid, reconsider, double-check, or protect, it's not getting any easier, which leaves everyone wondering, what's next? What's over the next hill? And what does the future hold? These questions are on everyone's mind, but especially the parents. What kind of world will my children inherit? With so much uncertainty, we can only hope that we're preparing our children as best we can, the best we know how. And when spoons are in short supply, we hope we're doing right by them every chance we get. And to share some insight on what that's like as a COVID long hauler, here's my big brother Mateo with Raising 'Em Right Feels So Wrong.
Hello, all you brave, beautiful, long-hauling legends. At the beginning of this season, I shared a story about meeting my niece's baby. A baby who, within hours of meeting me, crawled over to where I was on the floor, pressed her nose right up to mine, locked eyes, and held this intense soul gaze as she pooped in her diaper. It sounds gross, but really, it was a beautiful moment. I don't think I'd be able to pull it off, but she could, so she did. I bring this up because I wanted to say happy birthday to this tiny, beautiful human. I love you. I'm so glad I got to meet you, and I hope to see you again someday. Mwah. When you get right down to it, the idea of a baby listening to this show is super fucking hilarious to me. Baby's mama, our niece, flew out to the Midwest last summer and stayed with us for a week. And every day before the sun woke up, I'd be out on the back porch doing my morning physical therapy. Then, mission complete, I'd stay out there crafting, writing, journaling, or attending to the assorted whatnots that seem to follow me everywhere I travel. I do love the taste of a good whatnot. Or is it the smell? But for that week, my humble routine would receive 3 honored guests. A tiny human, our aforementioned niece, and niece's all-important first cup of coffee in the morning. Baby and I would explore the back porch toy box with gusto and play with whatever catches a toddler's eye and fits in her tiny palm. And these daily morning interactions were everything. Before wifey was wifey, she was the girl. And somewhere along the way, I met the girl's family. This family included a number of young nieces and nephews. And at family functions, gatherings, or events, I started finding myself becoming the unofficial niece and nephew wrangler.
Yeehaw!
Well, Possibly because I worked in a toy store and kept small toys upon my person. Yeah, that's probably a big part of it. Included amongst the wrangled is the very one who's now drinking coffee on my back porch, watching her daughter and I play. Most of these chitlins called me Uncle Mateo, even before we were married. I say most because one of the nieces had a different name for me, Funkle, because I was a fun uncle.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So, before she was on my back porch enjoying her cup of joe, she was a young human who dubbed me Funkle Mateo. I had a lot more energy at that time, but even now, when spoons are in such short supply, I tried very hard to lean into my role as Funkle and be an unconditional source of love and support, both for little birthday girls who eyeball me while pooping and for their incredible mothers who made the meeting happen. I took some really, really deep naps both that week and the one that followed, because some spoons are absolutely worth spending. Kiddo was 11 when I got sick. Much younger than that, I think would have made life so much harder for all of us. Looking back, I think the only thing stronger than the parental guilt was the parental pride. I've watched Kiddo evolve into an amazing human, kind, passionate, empathetic, proud, strong, and super duper protective of her silly old Papa Poo. She listens to Beatles, Velvet Underground, and David Bowie. She's a student of David Lynch's genius. And by pretty much every available metric, she is way cooler than I was at her age. Hell, she's cooler than I am at this age. I remember one of the first times I was venturing out in my wheelchair. We were going to Best Buy for reasons I cannot recall. Unless they want to sponsor the show. In that case, I can recall lots of outstanding deals on quality electronics. Best Buy. I went there in a wheelchair. Spatula City, we spell spatulas. Well, I don't remember for what we shopped. I do remember something Kiddo did on the way in. She marched right into the middle of the pedestrian lane to stop the approaching car so I could cross. And she said, "Oh, they have a handicap license plate, so they should understand." And then she waved me out like a preteen traffic cop. I rolled across that path with so much pride in my heart because there was zero hint of embarrassment in her eyes. Nothing but love for her old man mixed with pride for me, for accepting the help that I needed and getting the chair. And I think about that moment. To this day, I think about it. There are so many moments that my brain simply didn't record in the first few years of long hauling. But that one did. It saved. It recorded. And I'm so glad that it did. Because it was an early glimpse at the kind, compassionate, empathetic, strong, smart, fierce, brave, amazing human that she would become. Kiddo, I love you, and I'm so proud of you. I've met a few long haulers along the way who have young kids. Some even had children while long hauling. And holy buttermilk biscuits, Batman, I cannot even begin to fathom how hard that must be. Parenting is a lot even in optimal conditions. And it probably won't come as any surprise to hear that long hauling doesn't do optimal. Side note, fuck you, COVID. I am sick of your shit. I want to say something to every long hauler listening right now, parent or not. You are doing the best that you can. I know it. You know it. You're doing your goddamn best. Sometimes today's best is a far cry from what it used to be. Newsflash, most of us are far cries from where we used to be. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. You're still doing your best. You're still a good parent, still a good partner, good spouse, good friend, good person. You're still showing up when and where you can, when and where it counts. It's probably not often as anyone would like, but I repeat, you are doing your best. For long haulers, every action has become a cost-benefit return on investment of spoons calculation these days. And you've been riding the line between being rested and being present since the very beginning. And it is exhausting. But you're still doing your best. Whatever your best happens to be on that day, that's exactly what you're doing. And you know what? I'm proud of you too. You got this. It may not seem like it on most days, but on the days that it really matters, you got this. Believe me, I believe in you. And your kids do too. I love you all. I see you all. I would hug you all if I could. Strength and health. COVID is stupid.
No matter who you are, those are some words that you can take to heart. The importance of reminding yourself that you've got this. Riding that line between rested and present. And the fact that even though you're exhausted, you can still show up to your own life, however that looks on any given day. And remembering to forgive yourself when your best doesn't look like it did in simpler times. We could all stand having someone in our life who doesn't just say it, but lives it. So thank you, Mateo, and wifey, and kiddo, and all of you. Is there someone or something that keeps you going when the going gets really, really tough? If you want to share, maybe you could help someone else who could use it right now. Email us at covidisstupid2020@gmail.com. And that's stupid with 2 O's, not a U. Or share it with an even wider audience on our Facebook page or Instagram. Or, if what you want to share is this podcast, find our page on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you and your friends prefer to listen. Just look for those 2 big O's in our name. We'd love to be part of your story. But for now, get some rest. You've spent today's spoons being the best parent, child, friend, or version of yourself that you can be. And when you're feeling ready, you're always welcome back here with all of us here at COVID is Stupid.